Joining me now is political commentator Stephanie Hamill. Stephanie, it's always great to see you. Thanks for coming on the show. Now, US Olympic figure skater Amber Glenn has come out saying that the American LGBT community is under threat due to the Trump administration. Have a listen.
It's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration. It isn't the first time that we've had to come together as a community and try and fight for our human rights. I hope I can use my platform and my voice throughout these games to try and encourage people to stay strong in these hard times.
Stephanie, you're going to have to help me out. What human rights does this particular individual feel are being violated?
Yeah, if you were to ask her to expand on that, she wouldn't be able to list any because nobody's human rights are being violated. And, I just have a question. Can't they just shut up and win? Why does everything have to be so political? Wokism has ruined everything, including professional sports and the Olympics. The Olympics isn't a place to bring your personal protest to. It's just totally unprofessional and inappropriate. And notice that it's only woke U.S. athletes that do this. They use the world stage to bash their own country. I really can't think off of the top of my head of any other athletes from other countries where they do this. And I just don't know why this is acceptable. And I have questions for their corporate sponsors. Are they okay with this? And this athlete isn't the only person who decided to bring out their personal protest. We also heard from U.S. skier Hunter Hess, who went on to say that, he only represents the parts of America that he agrees with, essentially, that I paraphrase that. But, it's just totally irresponsible of these athletes. They should focus on what they're good at. They should be, patriotic and love the country that they represent. And if they don't love the country that they're in, maybe find a new one.
Yeah, exactly. I'd love to see her perhaps protesting about LGBTQ rights in Iran, for example, or pretty much anywhere in the Middle East. But anyway, I doubt we'll see that. Now, Stephanie, a bit of good news. Here is White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt sharing some wins from the Trump administration. As she points out, the media don't cover this stuff, so she is. Here we go. Have a listen.
There are a lot of wins in the news this week that people in this room have not asked about because you continue to ask questions about the same subject, so let me point them out for you. Again, on Friday, the Dow shattered 50,000 for the first time ever. This week, the American Society of Plastic Surgeons came out in opposition to gender mutilation surgeries for children.
So there was lots of good news. So, Stephanie, why do the US media focus so relentlessly on not reporting the good news?
I've been complaining about the mainstream media for many, many years now. It's like they all suffer from severe Trump derangement syndrome, those who work at the major networks and so many of the news outlets here in the U.S. It's like Trump broke their brains. They just never want to give credit where credit is due. Like if President Trump says that the sky is blue, they'll tell you that it's red. And so there's a reason why people are going to alternative sources for news. They are tired of being lied to over and over again. And I think it is so crucial what the White House press secretary is doing and what President Trump and his team are doing, which is trying to get the information directly to the people and talk about the policies that they're promoting, the policies that have passed, and how that's going to improve the lives of the American people. Look, it's going to take some time to undo all of the damage that was done during the Biden era and over so many decades of different administrations. This is a uniparty issue, not just Democrats are involved here. It's like some Republicans that have contributed to the mess that we're in. So President Trump and his team have had some of the greatest accomplishments just in the past year. Think about the border. It's like the most secure border we've ever had in history. There's been tax cuts. Our economy is doing better. So there are things to look forward to. But if you watch the mainstream media, you just think that it's just doom and gloom.
Exactly. Now, one thing which I want to get your opinion on is the US House of Representatives passed this massive election integrity bill earlier this week, which is, I'm one of those. I know I'm out there on my own, but I'm one of those who still raises a very quizzical eyebrow about the 2020 election, the US election. But anyway, the new bill is aimed at keeping non-citizens from voting in US federal elections, but the Democrats have attacked the bill, saying, I wonder why, saying it's voter suppression, they're calling it. One Democrat voted in favour, but the rest didn't. It shouldn't be controversial, should it, Stephanie, to only want citizens to vote in an election? Is that bad?
Imagine being a Democrat today. Just put yourself in their shoes. These are the same people who wanted you to not only get a vaccine, force you to get a vaccine so that you could go to restaurants or even work, and then show an ID with that vaccine card. These are the same people who are now saying that an ID is racist when people ask you to show it to vote. This is what the SAVE Act is all about, making sure that non-citizens aren't voting in our elections. This is our most important civic duty, and I don't understand why we don't take it seriously. Look, if you need an ID to drive a car, to buy a bottle of booze, to buy cough syrup, then it's just, you're going to need that to vote too. And so their argument is so disingenuous, it's so dishonest, and it's embarrassing that they try to defend this. We need for people to show their IDs. It's not necessarily to make it harder, it's just to make sure that our ballot boxes are secure. And the Democrats over and over again are using their buzz phrases. This is Jim Crow 2.0. No, it's not. They know it's not. And if you look at the polling, like Pew Research shows that more than 80% of Americans support this. And then if you further look into the numbers, you'll see that minorities actually support this in great numbers. It was like 75% of Black Americans support it, 80% of Latinos support it. So the Democrats are I don't know why they're going on a limb here to support or to not support something that the majority of Americans support.
Well, I think the question answers itself, Stephanie, particularly when we look back at the 2020 election. Why on earth would the Democrats want honest voting, in my humble opinion? Stephanie, always great to chat to you, and we'll speak again soon. Thanks so much.